Hello, my beautiful darling. So, guys, let's continue the topic that I started in a previous video about relationship. I just want to add one very important thing, I think, which also should be taken into consideration, just because in any kind of relationship, this is, I think, number 2 point, which is very important. So the first one is that you are involved in another person's life. You care about this person's emotions, standards, principles, boundaries, and I will be talking about boundaries now, your boundaries, and goals, outcomes, problems, and personality. So, but another kind of side of it is your life. So relationship, this is something that is kind of a double thing, and especially if you are a woman, guys, yes, yeah, I think that especially if you are a woman, this is really important that you should, because this is a problem for most women, so this is like you need not to lose yourself at this time in your relationship, and care of your boundaries, talk about your boundaries, talk about your standards, etc., etc. So you kind of need to love another person, but at the same time love yourself as well, because a lot of oftentimes people just kind of go very deep into another person, and I think you can meet it everywhere, like when parents start to live their child's life, living just for a child, for example, or in a relationship, one person, mostly I think these are women, start to forget about themselves, what do they want, who they are, what are their goals. They just, everything that they do, they try to be good for their husbands, children, etc., etc. So they just too much involving in other people's life. In this case, this is also not harmonical, and in this case, this relationship, by the way, maybe this is, I don't know, very hilarious, but nonsense. But in most cases, this relation end up that man gives up the woman because she kind of gave all her energy to the husband. For example, I'm talking about just giving an example here about husband, but actually it might be any different relationship. So when you need to also understand that you want this attention involving from other person, and I'm not saying that you should say to another person, you have to do it, you have to do it, this is your responsibility to do it. No, you just kind of, in a very smart way, you just checking if the person wants to do it for you, and if doesn't, that's okay. You just in this case continue your life, and you are not very involving in this type of relationship, like you are finding somebody else who you want to spend your time, life, etc. This is, guys, this is your lifetime, this is your blood, as Tony Robbins says, your energy, your focus, your this is the most valuable resource that you have. And so why should you spend it for someone who just cares only about themselves and don't care about your boundaries, your goals, your problems? So, and it's okay, I think, especially if you, for example, you want a romantic relationship, for example, you are a woman, so at the beginning, very early beginning, you need to check, and that's totally fine, how a man behaves. Does he care about your life, or he just wants to entertain with you, like yes, you might have a very fun time, maybe you can even go to Miami,